Hello everyone, I am Prachi Dhobi. I am studied at Ravensbourne University for MSc project program. Today I would like to share my journey of charity event. My event name is Food Charity. The reflection video is a summary of what I have gained during the principle of project management module and when creating my project portfolio, which was based on the planning of hypothetical charity fundraising event in the area of education. The module enabled me to overcome the distance between theory and practice of project management, especially in the context of applying well-known frameworks, tools, and methodologies to real-life situations. Prior to undertaking this module, my presentation of project management was very theoretical and disjoint. As a result of my structured learning as well as the portfolio development process, I have been able to develop intention planning, execution and monitoring and closure of project. This experience has enhanced my belief using the project management principles. Additionally, I want to talk key project management concept learned. Structure planning is one of the key things that I was able to learn during this module. The preparation of the project scope. It is extremely important to specify project objectives, deliverables and constraints and milestones in the very first place. Make sure that the objectives were measurable and realistic, which is among the best practices that are described in the PM book guide. The other important concept that I got was the development of work breakdown structure by dividing the charity event into smaller tasks which can be handled. I managed to understand how complicated projects can be made simple and manageable. The WBS also simplified the process of resources allocation, responsibility allocation, and project schedule development. Moreover, I was able to learn a lot on stakeholder management. The stakeholders included in the project like sponsor, volunteers, attendees, and partners assisted me in realizing that the success of the project is not only led by the technical planning but also the management of the expectation, communication, and interaction. This further supported the notion that project management is more of people than processes. Leadership and team management inside this module was serious impact towards my comprehension of leadership in project management. I was able to determine transformational leadership as my favorite leadership style through my portfolio. I was taught that a good project manager is not only a person who only regulates the task and the deadlines but also inspires motivation and support at the project team. The creation of Six Figures role and responsibility of the team members assisted me in understanding the value of role definition. The application of RACI metrics also indicated how accountability and responsibility should be clearly present to prevent confusion and redundant work. I also got to know how a metric team structure can be used to improve the teamwork of different functional areas, particularly in complex projects such as events that I need integration of marketing, finance, logistics, and volunteers. The course of this process assists me in understanding that flexibility of leadership is necessary as a project manager. One has to change her style based on the dynamics of the team stakeholders and constraint of the project. Now I want to talk about challenges which faced during the learning process. The second issue that I encountered was the inability to combine several project management tools into a single portfolio. In the beginning, it was not easy to make sure that the scope statement, WBS, schedule, risk plan, and KPIs were all logically related. I understood that any elements in a project plan is interrelated and lack of consistency may undermine the quality of the project. The other difficulty was risk identification and analysis. Critical thinking, the planning of scenarios were necessary add of possible risk, example, weather, disturbance, failure of equipment, or lack of volunteers. This proved difficult since risks are not premeditated, but the exercise made me see the need to plan well in advance as opposed to reacting to problems. There was also time management as a challenge. There was a need to process good organization and prioritize of tasks between balance the academic research portfolio writing and the application of the theoretical concepts. There are some strategies used to overcome challenges. To conquer these difficulties, I greatly use the project management frameworks and scholarly materials I use in my portfolio. Referral to the PM book guide and literature sources assist me in making sure my work is in compliance with recognized standards and best practicals. My step-by-step approach to portfolio development was also adopted. I not attempt to do everything simultaneously, so I concentrated on doing one part at a time, but with the overall project goals in mind. The need to make drafts and revisit previous sections enabled me in streamline and increase consistency within the portfolio. The application of visual tools like WBS diagrams, stakeholder maps, and KPI structure also assist me to interpret and convey project-related information, which are complex better. These tools strengthen the concept. The visual representation is a strong tool in planning and decision making of projects. Insights gained about project management as a discipline. Among the most helpful lesson I obtained is the fact that project management is an active and flexible field. Methodologies and tools offer structure, whereas real projects need to have flexibility, judgment, and constant betterment. Every project is not smooth sailing, and a good project manager should be ready to embrace change. Another thing that I also learned is that success is multidimensional. Not only is it judged by the time and cost, but also by quality, satisfaction of the stakeholders, involvement of the team, and the long-term effect. The fact that I use KPI in my project supported the significance of data-driven decision making and monitoring performance. Also, this module brought out the ethical and social responsibility aspect of project management. A charity event that was planned highlighted that project management skill could be applied to generate positive social impact rather than commercial results. Impact on my future perspective and career goals. This is something that I have learned, and I can say that this learning experience has greatly helped me to preserve project management as a profession. I have recognize it to be a strategic role that involves a blend of leadership, communication, and problem solving. The module has enhanced my desire to take up to in project management, especially in practice areas that concern social value, community interaction, or sustainability. My willingness to take on real world projects has also been enhanced by the confidence that I was able to create due to the development of a complete portfolio of projects. Now I am more prepared to make a contribution in professional environments to project planning, risk management, stakeholder communication, and performance evaluation. In conclusion, principle of project management module and project portfolio development process have equipped me to get a holistic view of how projects can be planned and managed efficiently. Nevertheless, I was able to gain technical and reflective skills because of the strategies I used despite the difficulties encountered. This experience has made my perception of project management not a theoretical part of management but a people based practical field. The information and competitions acquired during this module will be an excellent platform to my future academic and career experience as a project management pioneer. Thank you.